Let's find a better way. Using personalized competency-based learning, which isn't all that complicated to deliver. In fact, it's been part of good learning systems for a very long time. All of the good early childhood learning systems personalize education, and they always have, going back to the 70s and the Abecedarian Project. All of them are aware of the differences of kids and try to then create instructional opportunities that match the readiness of children. It's a systems architecture thing. On the left is the basic systems architecture of what we have now, the curriculum-driven model. We use standard one-size-fits-all curriculum. You deliver it at about the same pace for everybody. You test kids after each unit of instruction. You sort them out by giving them grades, then you move forward. Competency-based is different. You identify clear learning outcomes. You know exactly what the sequence is between preschool and third grade and eventually someday the end of high school and way beyond. You assess student learning readiness. You offer instruction at their level of readiness in small groups with technology, but I hope not just technology. This has to be a people thing in my view. We offer instruction at the student's level, we monitor their progress, and we move them forward as soon as they're ready. But if they need more time, we give them all the time, all the different variations on instruction that are necessary until anything that's essential gets fully and completely learned. Guess what? This has been going on for a long time. The Boy Scouts do it. You don't earn the merit badge until you do all the things that are necessary. The Girl Scouts do it. Trade schools around the world have done this for centuries. If you want to be a master level electrician, first of all, you take some tests to get into the program, you become an apprentice, you learn some book work, you learn a lot of practical hands-on work. After a while, you have a certain set of skills. You can take the test and apply to be a journeyman. Then you do that for a few more years, and if the master person under which you are working eventually certifies that you have all of these skills and you can do all of these things at a high level of quality, then you get to be a master. If you're a master level electrician in this country, how much money are you going to earn? More or less than a first-year teacher. More or less than most principals in this country. And so this is stuff that's been going, I'm going to take an airplane later today. I really hope the pilot has gone to school in a competency-based learning system and not just some curriculum-driven system in which he earned B- in landing and C+ in navigation. I don't want that pilot. I want the pilot who has every single one of those skills necessary to get me safely back to Detroit. I don't want the C- pilot. That's competency-based learning. It's been going on around the world for a long time, but it's been accelerating in recent years. There are lots of places that are doing this in different shapes and forms. The state of New Hampshire, back almost 10 years ago now, created an initiative to create competency-based high school graduation. And it's been working now for a good long time, and they've improved their state outcomes enormously. The state of Maine jumped on this just a couple of years ago. More than 30 other states are studying it in one shape or form. Lots of universities are doing this. One of them, the Western Governors University, was founded on this idea, based on the idea inspired by the Western governors that said, we've got a lot of people living out in rural parts of our states that can't get to a university or a college. They can't get there. We need another way. So they created an online format that requires you to learn things to competency before you move on to the next level and the next level and the next level. Some of the universities that do this do it much better than others, and some of it, in my opinion, is really low-grade competency-based learning. So you've got to figure out how to sort that out a little bit. Many universities, well, let's see, MIT has some programs. Harvard has some programs. The University of Michigan has some programs. Dozens of other universities around the country have some programs that have now become competency-based. One of my favorite is one at the University of Michigan. I've got a couple of degrees there, so I'm a little bit interested in what they do. They developed a competency-based learning system, not in their School of Education. That'll be the last place. Instead, they developed one in their med school. They had a school for training people to be teachers in medical schools around the country. And so they created a master's degree for people that are already doctors and dentists and ophthalmologists and gynecologists and various disciplines. If you want to go and be a teacher at a higher education system, at a university or a teaching hospital, you have to learn to have certain skills. They have identified 25 skills that are helpful for teachers in higher education, but not all of them apply to you if you're an ophthalmologist. Not all of them apply to you if you're a dentist. So they identify which ones do apply to you. Then they do an assessment of the candidate. And they say, here's where you are on the 18 skills that we're going to hold you accountable for. Here's where you are now. Here's where you need to be. They'll create an individualized learning plan. In some cases, you will never come to campus. You'll do it online. You'll do it independently. You'll do it with a mentor. You'll do it in all different kinds of shapes and forms. And only when you've proven that you have those 18 standards, then you get the degree to be a teacher in higher education medical schools. Does that just make sense to you? And it's doable. The Khan Academy and many other digital programs are built this way. In recent years, some of you may have heard about the Global Learning X Prize, and they've given a lot of money to things like RoboTutor and the literacy education and math labs that are all competency-based. It's happening all the time.